You guys gave us a very methodical step-by-step curriculum, and it all kind of like built on top of the previous weeks so that you're able to not necessarily dive in the deep end, but get started and build from your comfort zone and just progress from there. um, and then along the way, any questions or anything that we might have, that I've had, you guys have been incredibly responsive. The support channels are incredible. The coaches are quick to get back to us and offer us some very insightful feedback. um, and you guys always kind of tailor. um, what I've noticed is that when we run into issues and stuff, you guys kind of like tailor it specifically to us. So that's been incredibly helpful. I think that the most valuable thing that I have found is probably the mindset angle, right? Really diving into the psychology of things, understanding the female psychology, how what I would perceive normally as like something that you probably should do gets interpreted exactly the opposite on the female end. And then, having Julie offer that female perspective and that psychology perspective has been incredibly helpful as well. I think the obstacle that probably would have prevented me from joining is being willing to set aside the time and effort to actually, put effort into the program. Um, I knew pretty quickly after I decided to join that I was going to have to reshift and reprioritize things so that I made sure I was giving this the effort that it deserved. I work a 40-hour day job at a regional hospital here. I run my own IT consulting services that I usually work, anywhere between 20 and 30 extra hours a week on top of that. I have 4 kids, and just a matter of finding that right balance. All right. So the specific feature that I've enjoyed most about this program is really the kind of brotherhood and fraternity feeling that comes from, a bunch of guys, and being able to actually get that kind of camaraderie and help each other out and know that we have our peers as a support group. And, also in the effort of helping my peers, I've learned a lot myself as well. 3 other benefits. So the main one is that I thought that I was pretty good with the dating apps before. But you guys kind of took it to a level that I was like, all right, this is too much, right? Like within the first few weeks, I was like, all right, like I need to stop, right? Because I was basically like on them all day because it was just so much activity. That was the first one. The second one is definitely the coaches, like being able to get like really quick instant feedback on text exchanges, understanding, you know, what's going on with a girl or how to respond to a girl properly, from more of a like, if they text something and I might perceive it one way in my male brain, but really like it's something else. Being able to kind of get that other perspective on the background. So if somebody's on the fence about joining this program, I would just implore you to go ahead and do it. I personally I just decided to go on this program on a leap of faith. I didn't really have any logical, rational thought process. Something just kind of told me that it was the right thing. And I couldn't be more happy that that's the decision that I made, because there was no amount of like logical decision making beforehand that would have made that decision any easier, right? Like you don't know what you don't know. So like I had no idea what value I was going to get when I entered the program. And then kind of looking back in hindsight, if somebody's on the bridge, if somebody's kind of on the fence and they don't know whether they should or whether they shouldn't, they definitely should, because you're going to get way more value than you think that then you're going to get so much value out of it that it's kind of a no-brainer in my opinion.